Hi, welcome everyone. This is our Big Don production and Jerry Green Gospel Sports Talk. Welcome to our Sports Talk show. Um, Dr. Jerry Green, our host, will not be with us tonight, and Minister Henry Green, his brother, will not be with us tonight because they're having some family things going on that they must attend a family affair. But we're still in good hands here because we have with us tonight, we have Pastor from Barcelona, Walter Teague. How you doing, Walt?
Good. How you doing, Big Don? How's everyone
Great,
tonight?
good.
Doing
Greatest
good.
pastor in the world, as Jerry would be saying right now. We all feel that way. And we have Bishop. One day I'm going to get it right. Dr. Bishop, I'm going to get it right. But right now I'm going to just go with Bishop Ernie Richard, all the way down in Maryland.
How are you doing, sir? How's everybody? I'm looking forward to a great discussion today.
Yes. And our analyst there, Anthony McLean, the legendary Anthony McLean.
How are you guys?
All right.
Good, good, good.
Doing
And all the
good.
way from Maryland, we have the brother-in-law, Larry Pearson, Jerry's brother-in-law, and also our football man. We got two great football guys, three great football guys. Well, may as well say four that can handle these football subjects. I count
And
myself out.
spectator.
I'm the guy they looked at and said, "You never played football," but I love it.
Yeah.
But we're gonna start with you, Larry. We're gonna start off with you with some football greats. So let's hear what you got for us, Larry.
Okay, the first thing we got to start with the game we saw last night. That was unbelievable. I mean, the way it started off, from the craziness to the blowout in the first half, no defense, to the second half, which was no scoring but 3 points. I think Dallas had a great opportunity because Philadelphia came into this season with the big head. They think they the biggest, the baddest team on the block. And to spit on somebody opening game, I never seen nothing like that in my life. But just to have the mentality to do it and then don't even apologize or nothing to the team afterwards or no regrets, just laugh about it, I think that's just totally ridiculous.
All right, Bishop, we're gonna start with you tonight. I know you're ready to let that out.
I'm gonna be honest with you, and I know everybody will agree with me when I say this. To me, Jalen Carter, you could not have been dumber. And really, it's the first game. Here it is. Let's do the whole perspective. All eyes are on you. The opening game of the NFL season. Think about that first and foremost. And I'm not even sure if the front office they're in Brazil. I think you said to me off air, Anthony. They may have even seen the game. May not be able to react to the game, but truthfully speaking, how much dumber can you possibly be? But I mean, when I use the phrase young and dumb, I'm not trying to be funny when I say this, but at 21, 22, 23, you are a professional. And I don't know if this was, I'm going to just say it was intentional because every time I've seen that play 50 times, and Dak did not look like he was intentionally spitting at Carter, but Carter intentionally spit at Dak. So, truth of the matter is, and then you were right, Larry. No apology. What kind of example are you setting? Let's wait and see what happens. I know a suspension has. I mean, he was suspended. He was kicked out of last night's game. There may be a suspension coming. Maybe just a fine. We don't know. But let's see how the NFL handles it. Let me stop right there.
All right, Pastor, what about you? What are your thoughts on that last night game?
Yeah, he's a young man. They don't have any senior leadership now. Most of the guys are retired. Especially on the defense. But the fact of the matter is, you got to look at the whole totality. What he did was definitely a penalty. But if you look where Dak came from, way back in the middle of that offensive line, Carter was way away from the play. He walked towards him, not intentionally, and spit on the ground, kind of like at the defense. Carter took it personally, but there's still no room, in the game, in the sport for that. But it was retaliation. He wasn't nowhere near the play. So the thing is, we don't know what Dak said, because Carter wasn't nowhere near the play. Dak was looking through the offense at the defense, said whatever he said, and spit on the ground. He didn't spit on anyone. Dak said it wasn't intentional, but he spit on the ground. Carter came from all the way where he was at, and then Dak came through the line and confronted him face to face. We don't know what was said then, So it's dumb, stupid, right in front of the referee. Could have cost his team the game because once he went out, they had no pass rush whatsoever. So it was definitely a stupid move. But we don't know what was said. But whatever was said, it wasn't a foul. He spit on the ground. There's nothing out that serious. He spit on the ground all night long. So that wasn't a penalty. It's just that the young man's got to be able to be smarter than that and to know how much the team really, needed him. And they said it's going to be a fine, but it's probably be no suspension.
Anthony, what's your thoughts on last night?
Well, first of all, the best meme that I saw was one with Cat Williams where he's sitting on his things. I can see you doing this, right? And to me, that was like the league's reaction to it. We saw you do all that, right?
Yeah.
But I can't go more than what Larry, Walton, Ernest said. I mean, literally, this was a Tupac "all eyes are on me" thing last night for both the Cowboys, the league, and the Eagles. Mm-hmm. And again, it's just silly. It's just, I don't know if you guys got the same feeling all night when there's the jawing and the finger pointing and whatever. I joked, but I think it's true. I think God was looking at the game last night and said, "You know what? Let me stop. Let me give these guys a time."
Y'all going in timeout.
Yeah, I think because it just got to the point where it was like, can we just play the game already? It was an halfway decent game.
It was good,
yeah.
All the other perfunctory stuff just took so much away from it. But hopefully tonight they're behaving a little bit better in Brazil.
Oh yeah,
it's a shame that it had to mar what it was actually a pretty decent game last night.
Yeah.
Let me throw my little 2 cents in, and then I'll let Larry come on, and you can finish what you want to say, Larry. I just want to say like this here. Being a big guy and seeing the spit that Dak made, I know if I would have felt offended by it, I know what I would have done. I would have said, just wait till the game starts. I would have had something for him if I felt that way.
Exactly.
If they got me, it would have been for a hard dump on the ground or something, but it wouldn't have been for no spitting. He wouldn't have had to worry about that. I don't understand why the man didn't think like that. You get even with Dak the way you're supposed to in the game.
Can I say this to you, Don?
Yeah.
I've never played football. I played a half a year. Pop Warner got hit the first time and quit. Anyway, the matter is, I would have been like you just said. It would have been so many roughing the passer calls on me. It wouldn't be funny.
Yeah. All right, Larry, you can give your thoughts on that and move on to the next subject when you're ready.
I think that dampens Dak's performance because I think he did a really good job.
He did.
I think CeeDee Lamb had a good game the first half and a bad game in the second half. He was just dropping it. It also showed me that Philadelphia's not the same team as they were last year. The defensive secondary, they was holding all day. A team like Cincinnati will eat them alive. Good passing team, because there's no way their defensive backs can hold up.
No, I agree with you 100%. You just, that's game one, so you can't put too much in it. Nope. They already signed another pass rusher, Zadarius Smith. They just signed him to a 1-year contract. They know that they need an edge where they have they had no pressure once Carter went out. They lost a lot of guys. I know Larry talked about that last week. I didn't realize, they lost a lot. They lost their free safety. They lost Big Game Slay. They had nobody over there. Dak was picking on whoever was on that side. I'm surprised they didn't go to picking more often, but he was a knucklehead too.
Yeah, he's
he grabbed the guy by the helmet, and then they didn't call it. Did you see in the end zone when they didn't have the pass? He grabbed the guy by the leg. So yeah, he a knucklehead too. But but I was looking for Bruce because I was impressed by the
I
Cowboys.
really was. I was
The
also.
Cowboys actually played very well. Their offense, Dak looks good. And the kid they got from Denver, I didn't realize they had him. He was, at his rookie year from North Carolina, he was good. He got hurt, and they let him go. But if he's healthy, they're going to do good. And offensive line, Booker looked good, except for the one time he let the guy on the stunt get through him. But yeah, I was impressed by. I thought Bruce would be up here smiling and grinning tonight, man. They look
Well,
good.
they lost. At the end of the day, they did lose. That's why Bruce ain't up here smiling and grinning.
Yeah.
He the one. He the one
Stop.
said you guys were gonna back out and not show
Hey,
up. And
but
he
in
the
the
one that
second
threw up.
half, the
Why?
score didn't change because I think
Yeah.
Philadelphia's offensive line was not blowing Dallas off the ball like it was in the first half.
Well, they lost. They lost the big guy that went to the Texans, and then the other guy got back issues. That's going to be a problem, because they lost a lot of that. And you got to remember now, Kelsey wasn't there last year, but there's no Kelsey. There's no not Malata was there. What's the other guy's name? The big guy that played for the Jets, and now he went to the Texans. I think free agent. Becton. Yep. And then the big guy, last night with the back issue. That's a lot to lose. That's almost like Kansas City losing all their guys.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. The one thing I want to point out, if I can, Anthony, let me cut in here for a minute.
Sure.
Dallas had two opportunities to actually steal that game. And CeeDee Lamb missed two critical passes.
Yeah, we know that. Yeah.
One was right in his basket and nearly turned out to be an interception. And then that last play, the last pass thrown to him on the sideline would have put them inside the 20, I believe it was, with about a minute and change left. So I would simply say this: Dallas had opportunities, and Philadelphia lost a lot of opportunities because for some reason, like you already said, like Jalen Hurts could not move the ball the second half. But then that delay, and I'm not a football guy per se to playing the game, but I'm very sure it takes something to really get conditioned and warmed up to the point where you're ready to play ball. I don't think a lot of these guys wanted to come back out.
Yeah. The first game of the season, you had to figure they were going to keep it close because it's a divisional game and everything. And let's face it, I guess offensively, it's never been a problem with Dallas. I'm actually I was sort of waiting for Dak's fourth quarter interception, but give him his due. He didn't.
Listen, Larry, he had it, but they just couldn't catch it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
The thing I always do for me, after about 2-3 games, after everybody is, you've gotten a little bit of momentum or what have you, then we can really see. But I think just on the surface, there's something a little lacking with the Eagles on that line. I wouldn't be surprised if they dip into the waiver wire and get a couple of guys. You see, they did it defensively, but Dallas is, hey, give Dallas his due. For a game that they lost, I have to admit, I was more impressed with Dallas losing than I was Philly winning.
Exactly.
Well,
I agree.
Let me say this because I sort of disagree with you guys. To me, this is the Dallas I'm really going to be seeing all year. Right now, to me, this was a big game, like a playoff game. This was the big thing. This was the opening biggest they ever had that I can remember. So this is the one that they had a chance to win, and CeeDee Lamb dropped the ball twice, just like he would have done if it was a playoff game. So if they play good the rest of the year, it's not gonna faze me at all. It's what they're gonna do in the playoff because this was big, just like that, and they blew it. To me, it might have been the first game, but it was big.
It's a division loss, and it's a conference loss. So it's something that again in December, when if you wind up missing the playoffs by a game or by
you look back on this,
it'll come back and bite you. So it's a tough loss.
It's one of them games you're gonna look back on because games like this, if you want to run, you need to win these type games, especially if they lose their best player and injuries happen to the other team. That was a gimme. That was a gimme. Not that you was better than the other team.
I think it was more important for the Eagles to win it though, because this would have really hurt the Eagles to lose that, because this would have set them back, because they're expected to win and go back. Dallas ain't expected, so it would have been a good win for Dallas, but it was more important for the Eagles that they pulled this out. You know.
And one last thing, we saw the difference between preseason and regular season, because I don't know if you got. I made it a point to focus on the kid from New Haven last night, Booker.
Yeah.
Oh my, he's gonna be a monster.
He
Yeah.
really is.
He played well.
He
He
played
didn't allow a
very well.
sack, and he had at least, I saw at least 2 clear pancakes for him last night, and he's, put it this way, I know it's one game, but he definitely earned his number 1 draft pick status last night. We'll see how the rest of the
he did. And to me, although he might be a rookie, if I can't count mistakes, there are only been 2 incidences, and they were both, they look like stunts. And I'm sure the stunts when the outside linebacker comes inside, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure what that play is. And he got caught off guard with that one. But other than that, I wasn't, I was proud of him, I can say honestly, despite what they might say in New Haven with the crime and all that, I was proud to be from New Haven, Connecticut, watching Tyler Booker. Honestly.
He did well. But you got to remember that he wasn't playing against Jalen Carter either.
No.
So,
Yes.
But he
yes,
did good.
that's a big point.
But he wasn't playing against. Now, there's a good reason, a good example of them missing Michael Parsons, because they could not shadow Dak. Michael Parsons could have ran him down. I mean, I'm sorry, not Dak. Jalen. They could have hurt. Yeah, Michael Parsons, if he would have been the spy, he wouldn't have been getting out on those edges like he was. They was getting close, but they couldn't bring him down. That's a perfect example of how they missed. But they played well. Barkley only had 60 yards.
Well, you can see. They said that you get the feeling in the defensive meetings, Barkley is not going to beat us.
Barkley's not going to beat us. Exactly. Yep. He ain't going to beat us. Exactly.
Yeah, they definitely were like, we're going to let 26 get us tonight. No.
They made sure of that.
So, Larry, what else you got for us, Larry?
Yes, I'm going straight down the line. I'm starting with my Kansas City Chiefs. Now, they play tonight at 8 o'clock. It's free for everybody to watch. Excellence. When they come out with precision. They come marching straight down the field. They putting up points. And there's going to be no doubt in nobody's mind that they're going to the Super Bowl this year. No doubt.
Hey, Don, I'm going to mess with Larry. Interception thrown in the first 6 passes. I'm predicting it.
All right.
Hey, Larry, if it happens in the chat, I'm not even going to say I told you so, okay?
Do not believe that.
No. I just cannot let you have a free pass. You cannot have a free pass, not on
especially after Philadelphia put on what they put on, they're going to show you.
All right, we're going to see.
I'll give Andy Reid this much credit. He is notorious for not showing anything in the preseason.
You're right about that.
Open and like the first game, all of a sudden you'll see all different sets and all different looks. I'm anxious to see
Echo's playing wide receiver all of a sudden.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised with the 3 tight ends with a single back. I'm just anxious to see how that first series is going to be, because he's not. I remember time in Philly when he opened up the season with an onside kick, and it wound up being down. He's notorious for throwing a monkey wrench, especially in the opening game. But by all rights, they should be able to do. Although again, it's a divisional game, so the Chargers will probably definitely be up for the game.
It's a divisional game. I think it's going to be a good challenge for the new ramped offensive line, because you got Khalil Mack, you got Derwin James. They have a pretty good defense. So I think that's going to be the thing. I think the offense is going to be fine, because I think, like I already said, I think Pat Mahomes is going to be MVP this year. I think he's going to have, they're trying to throw the ball downfield, but Pat Mahomes can be, he can play hero ball sometimes. I just think the defense, can Kansas City's defense hold up? That's the part, because their defense has really been carrying them. I think the offense is going to be much improved this year. Kelsey's engaged, so he should be over the newness of, Taylor Swift, and maybe he can play this year. But I think it's going to be a good first game. In his first game, anything can happen first games. But Andy Reid is a great coach. Yeah.
And over under, we see Taylor Swift about 8 times before halftime.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Did she make the trip? Did she make the trip?
I'm guessing she is, and if not, they'll probably have her somewhere live where they're gonna show.
Right. Yeah.
By
I'm
halftime,
assuming,
we're gonna be saying I'm sick of watching this woman.
I'm assuming because Brazil has what we call the everyday modern day Mardi Gras. Y'all read between the lines on that one.
Yeah.
He said we ain't having none of that.
Yeah.
But no,
Well,
seriously. And on the other side, their quarterback, I believe it's the Chargers quarterback. What's his take? Is he okay? Is he going to make it? Is he?
He's playing.
Oh, he's
He's playing.
I know he got something happened during preseason, and I don't remember what the wire said, but I'm just kind of wondering what's happening with
I think
him.
he was nursing a shoulder, and then they basically I think he played maybe 2 series the whole preseason. But yeah, he's on. Unless he's got a broken leg or he's going to wake up pregnant.
Oh yeah, he's gonna play. Because they were trying to get some reps for Trey, whatever his name is.
Oh yeah, Trey Lance. Yeah,
Trey Lance.
actually started.
Trey Lance actually had a good preseason. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
well, all I'm gonna say about that is, and you guys heard me say this: Taylor Swift gonna show up. All the Swiftie fans are gonna show up, and and the Chiefs gonna run all over those guys. Every moment move just joined us.
Yeah, thank you, gentlemen.
Yes.
So right now, we was on the Chiefs, so you missed the first comment, but we was on the Chiefs.
Yeah, they're gonna win tonight.
So give your opinion.
They're gonna win tonight. I think the regular season is just a foregone conclusion of the third meeting of the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, I think you might have to back that truck up a little
Oh,
bit.
hey, listen, I'm there, man. That's where I'm at.
Okay.
And
Well, we know
last
you're
night,
notorious for jumping ship, so we
I
ain't gonna
know
worry
I'm
about
gonna
that.
stay on this one this year. I'm turning over a new
Don't
leaf.
get the wrong ship.
Yeah, we ain't worried about that.
I know. Yeah,
I still got your favorite spot in the caboose on the train.
Oh, hey, listen, a proud award-winning band jumper. I'm a bandwagon jumper. You know that.
Don't worry, I got
Bishop.
your favorite seat, but I want you to know there's only one seat in that back caboose back there.
Oh, man. Okay.
Hey, Bishop, I like to say this. The best thing about them Vikings is the trains you be putting up in the background.
I tell you what,
You got to trade him now.
we don't play the 49ers this year. We play it next year. But the next time we
Take
whoop
that
them,
train
I'm
down,
going to send
Bishop.
you a message, okay? So just keep your eyes on them. Everybody, and honestly
Don't
speaking,
do
I know
it.
we're
Don't
talking
do
about
it
the
this
modern
year.
topics. I realistically got Minnesota at 11-6, realistic. But I'm hoping for 13-3 or 13-4. Realistically, I think 11-6. I think we're going to be okay.
All right, Larry, what else you got for us, Larry?
Yes, my favorite friend. You know how we talk about people that stay hurt? McCaffrey is hurt again.
Already, yeah.
It's hurt again. The season ain't start. It's the same thing. He's not going to get over it. He had been treated for that. He even went out of the country, he got treatment for that. And they said they don't want him to start because it started bothering him now. And I don't think it was ever healed. So what's your thoughts? How many games will you play this year?
What's your thought on that, Anthony?
Death, taxes, and McCaffrey on the injured list. So that's the 3 things in life, apparently.
You can depend on that.
Maybe 11, maybe 12. I mean, what is this? It's a calf now, right?
Yes, the same thing. Same calf.
Oh, wow.
I'll be generous and say maybe 11. Maybe 11. That might be pushing. That might be pushing it just a bit because now is it a tear? Is it sore? Is it? I mean, they just said he was hurt. They didn't really specify if it was. They're just doing the day. He's going to be day to day, which means
yes, that was last year. It was never 100%.
Yeah,
last year.
Wow.
What's your thought on that, Pastor?
Well, yeah, he didn't even get game 1. He's already questionable. Good thing about it is that they got the running back from Washington, so they're probably going to start him. He's good too. He's not multi-talented like McCaffrey, but he's a good runner. Runs hard behind that offensive line, so he's going to be, take a lot of load off of him. But yeah, McCaffrey, he just can't stay healthy, man. This is what Saquon went through earlier, after his, after his second year. But yeah, McCaffrey, even with Carolina, he was hurt. He had that one good run when they got him, but he wasn't for the whole season. They got him like halfway, and he did good since that. I don't know what we got. I give him 10 games.
What about you, Kendall?
I'm with him. I'm on the 10. And Anthony, taxes are not a guarantee. As a matter of fact, in the United States of America, you can become the president of the United States and not pay taxes. Right? The only guarantee that we have in a similar sport is Kawhi Leonard news. It's like he's always hurt, but McCaffrey's a good player, but he's injured. Yeah.
What about you, Bishop?
Well, I'm gonna say this: except for the calf and the ruptured toenail, I'm gonna be generous and give him 12. I'm gonna give him 12. Okay, so and that includes playoffs. All right, if they make the playoffs.
Well, I saw this coming, so I'm giving them 9. I saw this coming. I really did.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah, I can say that too. I knew this was coming.
Yeah, you're pretty right. You probably saying that he's gonna get hurt this year. Probably pretty accurate. It's his MO, man. I'm telling you. I didn't think he'd miss game 1 though. I thought, game 4 or 5 he would end up a strained hamstring or something like that, but I didn't think he'd come out the box, man. Wow. Especially after they tried to rest him last year and send him out the country and did all that other
he
stuff.
was out half the season, more than half the season.
He should get game 1.
They did everything they could do for the man. Everything.
Yes.
Yeah. I would simply say, what is his training regimen like that he's hurt all the time? I would get rid of my trainer, get rid of the strength and conditioning coach. You got to go, buddy. Yeah. If that's the best you can do, and this guy is hurt game 1, he hadn't even stepped on the field yet, and he's already on his way to the IR.
Good point. Who's training him? What else you got for us, Larry? Everybody spoke on that. You speak on that, Anthony?
Yeah, Anthony started up. Yep.
All right. So what else you got for us, Larry?
The Ravens and Buffalo.
Whoa.
The thing is, it's the biggest game of the first week. Everybody thinks the Ravens going to get game 1. But everybody says Lamar got more to lose if he don't get over this hump with Mahomes. He got the most to lose. They got to make a change if the Ravens don't get it done this year. Either with the coach, they got to get rid of somebody. What's your thoughts?
So let's go with that. Kendall, go ahead. Start on that.
Lamar has a lot to lose. It's just unfortunate that, Pat Mahomes is in the AFC. Lamar Jackson is an amazing talent, and so is Josh Allen. I think it's a real big game. You got these guys are former MVPs. Josh Allen is really, holding on to his MVP trophy. How do you not have the MVP when you're the first player in the history of the NFL to get 4,000 passing yards and 900 rushing yards? No one's ever got 4,800. He was 4,800. So they're probably saying that Josh Allen did more with less. We can say that. He had Derrick Henry in the back. So we're going to say that. But Lamar has a lot to lose. And maybe the coach is a little bit old. He's been around for a long period of time, and sometimes we get stuck in our ways. He plays a regular season a certain way, but he's certainly not being used in the playoffs. So I think Lamar has more to lose. I don't think this game has any, relevance to their standing. They're going to meet again in the playoffs.
Pastor, what do you think?
I agree. I think Lamar has more to lose. I don't think anything's going to happen with the coach. He's a fixture there. They're not going to get rid of the coach. He's a great coach. He wouldn't even be on the he wouldn't be unemployed for the rest of the day if they fired him. But
The offensive coordinator
no,
might get out of there.
offense coordinator might be, yeah,
He might
but
be
they
on.
ain't gonna get rid of the hard one. But yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, Lamar, the way I looked at Philly last night and what they've lost, I mean, just overall, definitely the Ravens are projected to have, to me, looks like they probably have the best roster, but that's all on paper. Gotta see what happens when they get out there in the heat of the battle. If they can go into Buffalo and pull that out, I mean, they went there and beat them last year too, though. But I mean,
Yeah.
regular season, yeah. But I think this is, to me, I think this is Lamar's Super Bowl to lose.
What do you think, Bishop?
I gotta agree with that. This is his Super Bowl season to lose. And I think they've got to set the precedence when they go into Buffalo and dominate. I don't mean just win the game, I mean dominate on every area: offense, defense, special teams. I mean, even the water boy ought to be dominating. It's got to be like that. You don't have a choice. You know what I'm saying? Truth of the matter is, Lamar, we've given him a pass for what, 4 straight years? You got no more passes left. This is it. Either you're going to be or you're not. And you got to get over the Josh Allen hurdle first before you can even tackle the Pat Mahomes hurdle.
What do you think, Anthony?
Well, let's be honest. Number 15 lives rent free in both of their heads,
Mm-hmm.
for at least for the last 2-3 years.
Yep.
But
No,
yeah,
it goes back 6 years.
yeah. I mean, it basically, to me. See, I personally put more blame on Harbaugh, but we know how this game is played. It's always going to be the players for this. But yeah, this was on Jackson, and I just hope, for their sake, that I wouldn't even mind seeing Lamar take a step back, and King Henry. If you get 20, 25 carries out of King Henry and you still win, I think that'll be fine. That'll be fine. It's what I think was bothersome, and I'll use the Jordan analogy. It's like, even in those years when Jordan was on top and you had Pippen and everybody else, there was still times when the Bulls basically were having Jordan playing iso ball. And I think that's what's been happening with Lamar all these years. Even with all the weapons that they've had and acquired, they still look at Lamar to win it or lose it for them. And they don't have to, because that's why you got King Henry. And, King Henry's, his window of opportunity can't be much. Because, when you're getting beat up like that as a running back, it takes its toll. I know he's big as a house, but it's, this put this way. How they lose is going to be more that defines them. I still think they'll win this game, but if they lose like a close game, maybe it's not a terrible thing. But if they get blown out, that's going to do something to their heads.
I agree.
Well, personally, I'm blaming the coach, because I think they ought to bring Henry into the play more. And I think this is all the coach's call. It's not like it's Lamar's call. I can tell Lamar is one of those soldiers. He do whatever the coach tell him to do. He don't go off on his own. And I think that's what he probably need to do, because in his mind, he probably want to give it to Henry a little more. I believe that. But he can't, because he goes by the plays.
Mm-hmm.
So Larry, what?
Well, hold on, Don. He's got the blueprint though in Philadelphia. He should just look at Jalen Hurts in Philadelphia. I watched him last night, and I shouldn't have. I had to get up pretty early. But Jalen Hurts has a very high football IQ. If you notice, I don't know if his talent is limited, but he runs real smart. He runs smart for the first down. I gained a lot of respect watching this guy, and watching Tyler Booker last night also. He looked pretty good.
Yeah, he did.
You're right.
He looked real good.
But
Yep.
the reason I said Lamar is all by the book, because year before last, when he was running around through the season, and then when they playoff came, he just stood in the pocket.
Yeah, two years in a row.
He was ordered to stay in the pocket, and he did not come out the pocket, and that hurted him.
Yeah.
I just don't see him calling his own plays. If he did, I think it would be a totally different thing, but I don't think he does.
Well, he does now. Before he didn't, but now with the new coach, he has more authority or leverage, if you would, at the line to change the play. Before
Okay.
he did, but
Yeah,
now
yeah.
with the new offensive coordinator, he does. Whether he, improvise like Pat Mahomes or like we said with Jalen Hurts last night. If it wasn't for Jalen Hurts' legs, they would have lost
Yeah.
Yeah.
because you know
Yeah.
because their defense bland, and now that the other cornerback is back, they're good on the
Yeah.
corner.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, they're good on the corners, but every time they had no spy. So Hurts was smart enough to say, wow, they're playing man to man. And I got enough speed, enough power. I can get, I can get there. And
Yeah.
his legs is what propelled them to that win
And
last
that's what I'm
night.
saying.
Yeah,
And
he
and
walked
he
on in there.
avoided the big hits. He was smart last night.
Yeah, he was smart. Yeah. He played very, what it is? He has a real good knowledge. Now, and that it's when you get to that point where you're not only just playing football, he has a knowledge of the game. He's
Yeah,
seeing
like
what's
a high
going
football
on.
IQ.
He said,
Yeah.
even though AJ Brown didn't have a catch until late in the fourth quarter, he didn't try to throw it in there and force it to him. He held the ball, and he threw it to him as necessary when he got that first down, but
Yeah.
third down. But other than that, he took what the defense was giving him. He said, okay,
Yeah.
y'all gonna turn you back and run. I'm gonna hold the ball.
Yeah.
So he's really smart,
Okay, Larry, what else you got for us?
Okay, now Detroit and the Packers. With the trade, we see what Dallas did and what Clark did for Dallas. Now with Parson on Green Bay, there's gonna be a big difference. It's gonna be a big difference, and I think it'll put a lot of pressure on the Lions, and that's gonna be the difference in the game. I would have went with Detroit 7 days a week until they got Parsons on Green Bay. And I had to change teams because I think Parsons is going to make the key difference.
So, Pastor, what do you think about that?
if he plays. His back he's dealing with some back problems. He might not be full strength. Detroit has a great offensive line too. I know Philly probably have the best, but after them, probably Detroit. And they got weapons. The new guy they just got is another weapon. Tight end. So they got a lot of weapons. I do think that Parsons is gonna make a difference because the quarterback, he doesn't run around. If they can get him rattled and get him off his spot, they could be in trouble. So I agree with Larry. I think I switched too. I think on our picks, everybody get their picks, and I think I picked Green Bay.
Yeah, I picked Green Bay too.
What about you, Anthony?
Yeah, they're talking about him. They're talking about giving him an epidural
Yeah.
for the game time. So I guess he was a little bit more hurt than they let on. But as of right now, he's not going to start. But they have a package for him. My guess is that every third down he's going to be in there.
Yeah, that's what I'm figuring. Yeah.
And in situationals. But yeah, he's a difference maker. He's a difference maker. To me, the key for the Packers is what they get out of Jacobs. I think if Jacobs has a good day for them running the ball, taking a little pressure off of Love, then they become even more dangerous, especially after Parsons gets his injury squared away and then gets to know that defense a little bit better. So, but yeah, I think they knock him off at least for week one.
Let me say this before I go to the bishop. Epidural, is that legal?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
That's a
yes.
painkiller, right?
I get them in my back all the time.
Yeah.
It's not a big thing.
It's a painkiller. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's the first time I heard they could get that before the game. Go ahead, Bishop.
Well, no, I'm going to say this. There's pressure on Parsons, number one, to come in and make his presence known. But now he has, I think, three problems. He's got to get to the quarterback. He's got to get to Stafford. I'm not Stafford. Begins with a G. He used to play for the Rams.
Jared Goff.
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 He's got to get to Goff. But he's
And
got
Goff is scary.
They got Montgomery and Gibbs, and then they got that tight end or receiver. I don't know, Lions.
Laporta. They got Laporta.
Laporta. See, I mean, it's not like if Parsons doesn't get to golf, then they're going to get burned because Green Bay's defense is okay to me.
Green Bay got a good defense.
Yeah, Green Bay got a good defense.
I'm giving them okay. I mean, you guys, I respect what your perspectives and your analysis, but from if Green Bay is anything like they were last year, which I think they're a little better with Parsons, then they're only a half step better, 2 steps better than what they were. So really, I'm sticking with Detroit on this one because they've got speed, they've got the youth, the vitality. Love is not that kind of quarterback that can do. He's not a 2-minute drill guy in my book. He can play, he's decent, but he ain't that great in my book.
What do you think, Kendall?
What do I think? What do I think? I think Green Bay. No, I'm going to share this with you. I think Green Bay is going to knock Dallas out the last NFC playoff spot. I think Michael Parsons is a difference maker. As I mentioned from the very beginning, none of it matters to me because Philadelphia is going to come out of the NFC. I think it's a good matchup. I just want to see Michael Parsons, and yes, an epidural is legal. But here's the thing. Here's the thing with those things. It numbs the pain, but when it wears off, you're in a lot of trouble. So you can actually be injured during the game. And it makes things a lot worse, if you want to honor that contract. That's why they try to hold people out. You don't really hear about guys taking epidurals, I think they want to give him the epidural to justify that contract. Otherwise, let him rest a couple games, He wasn't even practicing with Dallas. He could come right in and play. Game speed and practice speed is a little bit different,
I'm with you, Ken. I'm surprised they're even playing them because Green Bay's defense is good.
They're good.
Their defense is pretty good. So I think that, I would hold them out at least until they get some kind of recovery.
I would.
Throw them in there game one. It can only be to try to justify that contract. Okay, you see what Kenny, see what he did last night. All right, Michael, let's go see what you can do tonight. But it ain't going to be that easy because that the Lions' offensive line is good. With Sewell and those guys, they're pretty good. And they got a lot of speed and they got a lot of talent. Only thing that's going to hurt Detroit to me is they lost their offensive coordinator and their defensive coordinator. So they're going to have to do a lot of catching up. And Green Bay's coach is good, the ex-Ram guy. Green Bay has a good team.
They have a good team. Detroit is probably going to be one of the better teams in the NFL.
Oh, yeah. NFL. But I think they're going to take a backseat a little bit because they lost their coordinators.
Yeah.
And it gives them a little time to get reacquainted with all that. And Jared Goff, their coordinator for their offense coordinator really put him in the right position. You got to see if the new guy, even though he's been there, still, because you got to give him that confidence, to go out there. Because he's good for taking a hit now. Goff will stay in there.
Goff's a big boy, man. He's the number 1 overall draft choice. He's
for the Rams. Went to the Super Bowl. They didn't win it, but he took him there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're gonna switch up just for one conversation because I can tell Kendall wanted to get this off his chest. The NBA, Kawhi Leonard. Let's just talk about that. Then we're gonna go back to football. Let us talk about Kawhi Leonard, Kendall. Go ahead.
Well, there's nothing to say about Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard is just Kawhi Leonard doing what Kawhi Leonard does. Period. Steve Ballmer had an interview, long one on SportsCenter, and I believe, in a nutshell, Kawhi Leonard blindsided the owner of the Los Angeles Clippers doing what Kawhi Leonard does. Period.
I thought for sure you were going to talk about that $25 million. That's what I thought you were going to talk about.
I am going to talk about the $25 million, but he doesn't play. Listen, I have a question. You get paid to play the game, right? So now you get this I think it was $28 million deal. This little side hustle, we're going to call it. But what's this all about? Like I said, Steve Ballmer, you got to watch his interview. You can tell the owner was blindsided by this. This guy's been more than fair with Kawhi Leonard. Everyone's been more than fair with Kawhi Leonard. Is he on record as playing the least amount of games in the NBA for the last couple of years? Anthony, could you look that up as far as the stars concerned?
It's either him or John Wall.
Oh, yeah, John Wall was getting
John
paid.
Wall.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
period.
either him or John Wall because the two. I think between the two of them, between the two of them, they've missed basically 3 seasons in the last 2 seasons.
And got paid for every day of those seasons and still negotiating side deals and still doing this stuff. You know, you got this extra money, and we're talking hundreds of millions, man. I mean, 28 million to
Yeah, but
steal, to be perfectly honest. This guy's
I mean, but I wanted to ask: is this legal? Because the organization is giving him 28 millions from a tree company. You know, this ain't from the NBA. You did read that, right? It's from a tree company.
It's like hiding money.
So, what kind of wheeling dealing is that really?
If it were Martha Stewart, he'd be in jail. Sorry.
Yeah, and see what's interesting also about this. This is like the fourth incident that the Clippers have had in the last like 6-7 years, where they've either been tampering or what have you. And a couple of these instances was even before Ballmer got there. Just to give you an idea about what this is in context, and bear with me for a second. When Doug Williams was in the last year of his deal with Tampa and he wanted to re-up, the owner, Hugh Culverhouse, basically tried to sell him into his real estate business. And he was going to say, I won't pay you this amount of, I'm not going to pay you this amount of money, but I'll put you in as a,
Consultant.
Partner. Yeah, for this place that they had in Tampa. Long story short, those buildings they're still waiting for those buildings to be built after all these years. But,
and then you avoid the luxury tax because you're not on the NFL payroll. It's like taking your money and moving it over here. It's like a shell company situation. It's stealing money, to be honest.
It's breach of contract, and also, I mean, end of the day, it's fraud.
What's your thoughts on that, Pastor?
Oh man, I'm not aware of it, so I relinquish all my time to Ant.
What's your thought on that, Bishop?
I'm doing the same thing. I haven't caught up with that one yet.
It was all over the news.
I know what I mean.
I heard about it.
Today's been one of my let's stay away from the news days. But
in the NBA and NFL, you have a payroll. You have a certain amount of money that teams can spend for certain players. That's why they make the certain trades. So now what you can do, and let's say you're allotted, let's just give you a number. I'm just going to say $272 million this year. Then after that, you pay a luxury tax. Yeah. So now you come up and you started adding your payroll up and you find out that, wow, 242, I'm at 240, but I still haven't included Kawhi Leonard. So I can just take Kawhi Leonard's contract, move it over here out of a tree company, like Anthony said, out of a tree company, a shoe company. Kawhi Leonard still gets his money. He still plays for the NBA, and now the Los Angeles Clippers are not in that luxury tax ring. Because if you lose a player, depending on how much they're making, you slot them. Oh my God, we lost this player. We can get the mid-level exception. You get a certain amount of money. With him, because he's getting paid so much money, they're literally circumventing.
Wow, you sound.
But the owner is coming out and saying,
he's denying it. I mean,
right.
Like Kendall said in an interview. But the thing is, he was also one of the stockholders for this other company.
Wow.
Like I said, if Martha Stewart was doing this, she'd be in jail.
But
so I understand the things about the luxury state. I didn't understand the concept of Kawhi Leonard. That's what I'm saying. I don't even know that story, so that's why I was relinquishing my time because I wasn't following that part.
I mean,
since Kawhi Leonard let this stuff leak out, the owner says.
Let me throw this out there. What you just described to me is a common stock market move. Now, I don't think that's legal in sports, but I don't see why it wouldn't be because the business
can't be. No, it can't be legal because he's circumventing the whole concept. He's not paying no luxury tax because he's deferring the money, so it can't be legal. That's
Can't
the
be
thing.
legal.
I just didn't
They
understand
looking
the
into
aspect
it.
of Kawhi Leonard. That's all.
Think
Yeah,
of it
well,
like
Kawhi
this.
Leonard got the 28 million from the tree company, so
The
they're
tree
saying
company.
that
I got
that's what the
that
owner
part.
did. That's what the owner did to pay him on the side, so
Right.
they
Right.
can afford those taxes.
Right.
Because
Right. So
see,
that's why it's wrong.
look
Yeah.
at what happened with the Lakers and Mavericks trade. The reason why that trade worked was because basically Doncic and Davis had the same salary, because you notice there were no other draft picks,
Yeah.
and there were no other players. It was a straight straight swap. So that's the thing. You have to stay within the salary cap, because every year the cap,
Mhm.
the NBA cap going into this new season, because of the new TV deal and everything else, I want to say it's 35 mil or something to that effect. So it gives you, it basically makes it so that the mid-table teams like the Memphises, the Indianas, can basically compete with the Lakers,
Large
with
market.
the Knicks, with the Bostons of the world. Now, if you've now, even though the Clippers on the field are, they're still a big market. Remember, they were, now they have their own arena after, for the last few years, they were sharing the arena with
the Lakers.
The Lakers.
Lakers.
Yeah.
Now they have their own arena, and also, I'm not sure, Kim, you might know this better. Didn't this outside organization, didn't they have like signage on the Clippers arena as well?
On the arena, yes.
Well, if it smells like a duck,
Listen. If it were Marcus Stewart, it's just, and it's like you said, it's not fair to the Memphises and the Orlandos and the other teams that are working with the salary cap. It's not fair to the OKC guys who legitimately signed all of their rookies to the max contract so they could stay under the salary cap. All of them have extensions, no renegotiations with any one of them. They just stayed right there. His name is Presti. And Presti's the same guy at OKC back in the day that drafted what? He got Kevin Durant, Westbrook, the whole deal. He got it legit. This is like cheating. It's like, hey, Kawhi. And you know what? I think from their perspective, can you imagine just looking at your payroll, just being a payroll person, and you own a company, and you're literally paying a guy for 5 years. It's only worked for 2 years. You know what I mean? So if there's anybody you're going to try to circumvent that money to, you're going to do it with him. Because, how do you justify giving him the money that he's giving? He's not going to show up. And he doesn't. I mean, it's just, and there's no excuse to that.
That's the thing about it. It's almost like he suckered them. I don't even know how he fell for
Not
that.
really. Why?
Well-
That's the part I'm trying to get in. What did Kawhi do wrong? The
Nothing.
owner is the one.
He
The
did.
owner
Yeah,
is
he
the
didn't
one
do
that
anything.
circumvented.
He just
Right.
ain't showing. He just ain't playing. Yeah.
So what?
You know
That's
what?
the owner's
And
fault.
I mean, listening to this,
Yeah.
Kawhi's
That's the owner's
agent,
fault.
Kawhi's agent is smart.
Yo,
Okay,
he's the most brilliant person there is. Get paid
I'm
without
not
working.
saying
They
managed to
leaked
get
that
his
out there,
client.
though.
Now think about
But
it.
he leaked that out, Larry.
Managed to get his
They leaked that
client's
out there.
money and
Who
put
did?
pressure on the organization to
They
figure
leaked
out
that
how to
out
pay.
there,
At
and
the
the
end of the day,
owner said
Kawhi's
he ain't
walking
did
away
nothing.
Okay, hold on. You got both of y'all talking.
At the
Both
end of
of
the
you
day,
talking.
Kawhi's walking away with his money. His
Yeah.
But Larry's
agent,
giving us
and
information.
you know who's holding the rope? The company, the organization is now holding the rope. And if the NBA comes after them, they're the ones that's going to get home.
Okay.
All
We
right,
say Larry.
Larry. Let Larry say what he's gonna say.
They leaked it out there. That's why they say, I don't care what he's saying. He's the player. He can do whatever he wants to do.
Okay.
Right.
But they set it up, and now they say they had nothing to do with it. But he was getting all this extra money, and they just wasn't in the books.
Right.
What it is called plausible deniability. All right. So the bottom line is, as far as Kawhi Leonard is concerned, he's getting his money. As far as
He's
the
getting his
business is
money, but he should
concerned,
never put it out there if he knows what's under the table.
but as far as the business is concerned, they're probably justifying the fact that they're literally paying this guy as much money as anybody in the NBA, and he's not playing half as many games. I mean, let's get with the human factor of that. Hey, Pastor, I have a question. You got 2 workers over here, and you're going to pay this guy. Let's just say you got one guy. You're paying them both $100,000 a year, but this other one negotiates a raise, $120,000 a year, but he only works. He negotiated for 4 years, but only works 1 year. If there were a way that you could sort of circumvent that contract, wouldn't you? I mean, as a business person. And as
But
far as
why
he's
would you
concerned,
why would you circumvent it if he can't work? I fire him. Why
there
am
you
I
go.
going to pay him under the table? He ain't working.
There
Fire
you
him.
go. That's what they need
You know
to
what I
do.
mean?
Yeah.
There it is.
The one thing you got to remember in sports, whether it's the NBA, NHL, for player X to make a certain amount of money, the team, the franchise is bringing in X.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, that's.
But yeah, you know what? What goes with that? They got the new building. That's why they signed Harden, even though he overachieved. But they like, we going to a new building. Paul George is gone. Kawhi is hurt. The only All-Star we got is Harden.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna come see. Ain't nobody coming to see whoever is. What's the guy? The center name? D-Box.
Yeah.
You know. Or what?
Exactly.
Is it Zubac?
Remember,
they ain't coming to see him, so they had to sign Harden. And the thing is, he overproduced. But Kawhi is the name that's there. Kawhi is the name that's there. So that's why they had to sign him.
Yeah,
But
two-time
that's a smart
champion,
business
two-time
move.
MVP.
Like Larry said, they leaked it out though. That's a smart business move. He said, "Wait a minute, we're paying you all this money. I tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna pay you your other money under the shoe company, so we can get some more players in here because you ain't playing."
Right.
What's also crazy here is that every year the cap goes up a couple mil or whatever. Now this year, because of the new TV, because of the new TV contract, with NBC being back and Amazon, it's going to go up even higher. But see, the thing is, you're going to get that money. You're going to get that TV money and the ticket holders money before a game is even played. There's really no need to circumvent because even if you were to conceivably lose a couple bucks 20 games into the season, you're going to make it up. If you're feeling, like the Clippers, more than likely are probably going to be a playoff team or what have you. They're in a big market. They have, I believe, they still have their own separate TV deal as well. You're going to make the money. It's just weird that you would, greed. We all know about the whole greed. But I mean, there's no need for it. There's no need for it at all. That's the thing I think that's so surprising to me because
the thing too is, Kendall, they could sign their own players to more money, right? Their own players. Yeah, so that's the thing. Yeah.
All right,
gentlemen, I got a church meeting at 7:00. I got to go, man.
Well, I think we all we'll just move on for now, and be ready Tuesday. We're gonna get back to football. So hold on to what you got, Larry. I'm sorry we couldn't.
Okay.
But all right, Bishop,
good evening.
and then we could let Pastor go.
All right, Father, we thank you for this time and this opportunity. God, we thank you for how you're even blessing Jerry, who's traveling at this present point. Bless Bruce and the others who are not here on this given particular podcast. Bless these gentlemen that were able to make it. We ask that you would keep us, God, and even in the course of the weekend, help us to be in a service that's going to just penetrate our hearts, set our minds ablaze, and give us a stronger desire to serve you as we leave this place with never your presence. Go with us, stand by us, lead us, guide us, guard us, govern us, protect us, and correct us as we move forward. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Sorry about that, Larry.
Super Bowl, here we go.
Kansas City, Philadelphia.
On Tuesday, Larry.
Got 1 hour before your first loss.
Don't believe it. Don't believe the hype. Everybody want to be KC. Everybody.
All right, fellas. Have a good one.
Okay.